Attention, Brian, if you are watching this, still down to do a live stream with you and still down to make more videos if you would just not rage quit the chat whenever anyone disagrees with you somewhat. I have linked your BitChute channel in the description of this video.
Don't have a family. You don't have a family. You're just a sick, stupid bitch that doesn't ask questions. You just come in with evil intent and place it on real men of honor and virtue. I would smash your girl face into the fucking wall. I'm trying to explain something to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain that my odd brand of Christianity is a very racist, separatist form where there's literally two races on this earth competing for dominance. Well, it's all fake. It's all fake. Everything Ye does is fake. George Floyd didn't die. That was all fake. But, so yeah.
You believe he's a fucking actor. He's an actor.
Who?
It's so stupid that people buy this shit.
Who? By what?
Yeah, he's an actor, bro. Like how dramatic his antics are. Like, clearly he was a theater kid. Like, grow the hell up. So no,
exactly,
dude, you're real for saying that. You're real for saying that.
It's so overdone, and people just can't see it. Like, you know, people believe all these narratives like it's the Bible, like it's God's word. Anytime they see something,
you don't believe George Floyd died? Are you serious?
I know he didn't die. But let me
wait, Sammer, wait a minute, Sammer, are you familiar with the fact that George Floyd was a Freemason?
Yeah,
and his Google crisis actors.
Listen,
Google
and
crisis
his lawyer,
they'll blow your mind.
His lawyer.
No. Hang on. Like, for a brief side note, you can literally look this up. Like, George Floyd did a couple of pornos, and in those pornos, he's shirtless, and he's got a giant fucking like Freemasonic symbol tattooed on his chest. Like he was literally a Freemason.
And not only that.
Also, his father was like the leader of the local Masonic group. So yeah. If you ask,
well, I don't know about that one.
That's not impossible, but he still died, though, right? I mean, the guy.
No, he didn't die. He didn't die. Listen, so basically, not only that, but George Floyd's family's lawyer is this black attorney Freemason named Crump, and he was the same lawyer that was the lawyer to the family of Trayvon Martin's family, and Trayvon Martin's dad is
I remember that retard.
Is a Freemason.
What about all the autopsies, though? There's been many autopsies.
Pardon?
There's been several autopsies of his body from different doctors.
Oh, you mean
dude,
like
have you seen the body? Have you seen the body, dude?
Dude, listen. Kennedy faked his death too. JFK wasn't murdered, so they did autopsies on Kennedy too, but that shit's all fake, you know. And and like
what about Derek Chauvin?
The dummy that's using the footage is like really, really good looking. I'll say that. It's a really good looking dummy, but it's a fucking dummy.
Okay, what about Derek Chauvin though?
Well, I wanted to finish my story because you guys were asking me about
let him
about how I lost, you know, how I became like a racist or whatever, you know, what changed. Well, so I mean, yeah, I got shot at. That was one thing, but then I was staying in touch with the prosecutor. And I didn't really want to go to court because I gave him the text messages. You know what I mean? So they had the guy's name, phone number. So it should have been like, you know, what do they need? You know what I mean? So but anyways, I didn't really want to mess with the trial. I didn't want to be a part of it. And so I'm talking to the prosecutor one day and they're like, oh yeah, they dismissed the case. I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah, he got a lawyer and just kept his mouth shut. And he said that it was like, he let someone else borrow his phone. He said he just let some random nigga he didn't know borrow his phone for a couple hours. And they just dismissed the case. And I'm like, is the judge Jewish? And they're like, yeah. Is the prosecutor, are you Jewish? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you fucking Jews. And I was just like, you know, fuck all you, you know, and I was like, I know you guys faked it because this was going on during the George Floyd shit too. I was like, I know you guys faked that George Floyd shit. Because I was talking to a lady on the phone. I'm like, you're all Jews. And I don't give a fuck about these people. But that's what turned me is when I'm like, oh, because I had always stuck up for black people and had black friends. And then not too far after that, you know, I saw them tearing down our statues. And this is when my dad was in the hospital dying. You know, these monkeys are on TV tearing the statues down. And it was really a feeling of like, all right, I get it when it's time, when I get when I'm not liked, I used to stand up for you fucking niggers. No one, I've never heard anybody in my family, say anything, racially hateful about blacks or anything like that. You know what I mean? I grew up in a white neighborhood. We might have cracked a couple black jokes when we were kids or something like that, but I never had any white friends, talking about how they wanted to, go around, and I never saw anything like that from whites. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing the media talking about, oh, white people did this and white people did that. And at the same time, blacks are trying to shoot me up, and the prosecutors are just dismissing cases that are just open shut. You know what I mean? This is a total collapse, and I'm not fucking retarded. I want to separate because this shit's being done to my people. And I'm speaking the truth. I'm an American. This is the last country where any white man can speak the truth. You know what I mean? So that's why I do what I do, because my grandfather fought the wrong side, but he didn't have the internet. These guys were just taking orders thinking that their government looked like them and that, that wanted to take over the world. They couldn't go online and research numerous sources. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does this make sense? I have to right this wrong.
No. It makes sense, but well, do you have any religious beliefs? I assume you're some sort of weird Christian, if I had to guess,
I'm not
or
a
maybe a
weird
pagan.
Christian, man. Okay, I'm not a weird Christian. What's weird about Christianity is what's going on in the modern church. It's unheard of if you compare it to Christianity 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. I mean, what's happened is that these Jews, Jesuits, and Freemasons infiltrated all the churches, from the 1950s, 60s upward. And now all these Freemasons are infiltrating the churches, probably molesting the kids on orders, and they're destroying the church. And you see less and
Oh,
less.
you think the Catholics molesting kids are Freemasonic infiltrators? That's your standpoint?
Absolutely,
That's been
absolutely.
documented. Yeah, the key cardinals in the Catholic Church who covered up and promoted and enabled pedophilia. Yeah, they were Freemasons.
Yeah. Once they spend a little time in the church, they just move them around and go shift them someplace else, and hope that they just forget or something. But it's encouraged because they're trying to destroy the reputation, and they've fucking. I mean, dude. So my views on I don't go to a church. All right, I was brought up Catholic. Okay, but this Pope's satanic. Okay, so I can't get down with that shit. Something I don't know if there's some people that say the Catholic Church was good to a certain point. Maybe that's true, but I remember as a child, I always asked my parents. I'm like, why is there's all these different denominations? I'm like, what are we? We're Catholics. What is that? What's a Methodist? What's a Lutheran? And my parents could never give me any kind of a fucking answer for anything, growing up. And so when the internet finally did come around, dude, I spent a lot of time just sitting there because like I said, I didn't have money to travel. So I really took advantage of it, and these denominations, I believe, are hurting the white race. And the church is being attacked. It doesn't matter what denomination it is. It's all been infiltrated, and you can't just single out the church. It's every single one of our institutions have been infiltrated and taken over. White people don't even have a sense of ownership. They just want to be an employee. They don't really have any sense of spirituality because they're so busy being a slave. They just trust in some preacher, but none of them are reading the Bible. So as far as my weird brand of Christianity, when I became a flat earther and I looked at the facts and I didn't get all emotionally retarded, I just looked at the facts and I just looked at it. And I
Facts
looked at
don't care about your feelings. Yeah,
the
yeah.
facts don't care about feelings and what your friends and mom and dad will think, But once I did realize that they're definitely lying about the shape of the earth, I started looking at the Bible, and the Bible does back up a geocentric, flat, motionless plane. And so I'm like, well, that's what I've always observed. And I remember again as a child being like, I don't feel like I'm moving. I don't feel like I'm spinning. And then I told myself as a child, I'll understand when I'm older. These scientists have figured it out. And then I got older and things happened and I looked into this. But then I started looking into the Bible. And I'm starting to lean towards Christianity. And I'm like seeing how the Jews hate Christ. I'm like, why do they hate him so much? Like, why do they hate him and white people seem to like him? And if he's a Jew, like, wouldn't there be some Jews that like him? And then there are these Jews for Jesus, but these are all like fake reality shit. I started asking these questions because I knew there was power in it, you know, and I always knew at the church that I had questions as a kid. They could never answer my questions. Everything was always a big, stupid oversimplification. I mean, I remember looking at it. It was a big, thick book, and they're basically like, oh, you know, you just got to be nice and do unto your neighbor and just the golden rule. And that's about it. I'm like, really? Because, like, look at all these cathedrals that they built in Europe, and that's a thick book, and there's a lot of people that are heavily, you know, just, you know what I mean? But, so I asked, like, why do the Jews hate him and this and that? And I got down to it that, you know, we live on a flat earth. And, well, then before all this, too, I ran into these black Hebrew Israelites on the street, and they were preaching, and I was listening to them. And then I was asking them questions, and they basically told me, like, hey, listen, white boy, this book, this Bible here, this isn't for you. Okay, this is for my people. And his people are basically everyone on earth except for fucking Asians and whites. He's basically telling me that the Bible is a book for the Israelites, which are all the brown peoples of the earth, which is basically like 95% of the earth, you know, is like these special people.
Yeah,
and whites and Jews and Asians are like the problem. And but he told me this is a book about race. It ain't for my people. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's right. Because I'd heard this before in the past that, you know, Jesus might be like Middle Eastern or Jewish, you know, something like that. And I started looking into this, dude. I quickly found out that no, the Hebrews, the Israelites are the pure white Western and Northern Europeans. And you can't be an Israelite if you're a fucking mongrel, mixed race. And it's against the Bible to mix race.
So
And it's
what do you think Jesus looked like then?
Jesus
If you
was a
had to,
white man, and this is in the congressional record. It like you were saying, like your silly brand of Christianity. My brand of
no, I
Christianity
never
is
said silly. I said odd, like something a bit
odd
different
brand.
from.
Well, what I'm saying is my
I'm
brand of
just
Christianity.
saying. Look, it doesn't mean offense. I don't mean that
No, I'm not
offensively. I'm just
taking
saying
offense. I'm trying to
different from the.
explain something to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain that my odd brand of Christianity is a very racist, separatist form where there's literally two races on this earth competing for dominance, which have the listen, there's God, okay, and He made this earth, okay. So one, we don't know where we live. Okay, most people don't know where they live. They don't care. Okay, but two, God has a people, a race of people that He put on this earth. And I'm not a Bible expert, but I've researched it enough to where like I have an understanding now. You know, because I have an adult mind where I can go there. The blacks can go there. The Jews can go there, but whites are like afraid of race. And that's what I'm trying to do with my channel, is train white, be like, listen now, you're a minority now. You can get angry. You should have got angry a lot earlier. You should have been adults and learned to master language. And you got fucked because you don't understand language and you don't know how to defend yourself verbally in a courtroom against these fucking. And we're not going to be able to fucking do anything. Like if the Germans couldn't do it, then don't come on here or go on the internet and talk tough, because those were actual men. Okay, those were actually a pure, unified people, dude. Our people are totally polluted. 75% of our men can't even like get into the military because they're so fat and fucking gay and useless. There's a real problem with us. Okay, but regardless, God did have His people, His Adamic race, and He told His people not to mix and to wipe out these other races. And that was us. And I'm not telling you guys to go commit crimes or anything, but if you study the Bible, God wanted us to wipe these other races out so that our children would never have to coexist with them or go to school with them or anything like that. But instead, us whites are like oftentimes don't follow through with God's commandments because we're too soft-hearted. And we end up making these other races pay taxes. This is back when we were like the kings, like warriors, when we had like noble like intent. Like when we didn't give a fuck what the other race was doing. We were only cared about our own shit. And but basically that's what's going on.
The real sons of Judah would have courage, is what I always say.
Hey, you know what? Race doesn't matter. It's all about the content of your character. That's what I always say, guys.
Well, no, it does matter. That's what I'm saying. It's the Bible.
Now, why would it matter if somebody's a nice person? It doesn't matter if you're black or white or yellow.
He's a son of Amalek. He's Amalek, right? And the Bible is clear on what we do with Amalek. Okay.
You know what the Bible's clear about? Loving people and everyone.
No, you're supposed to love your Israelite
not
brothers.
Amalek. Not Amalek.
No,
not Amalek.
I love everyone. You know what? I open my heart to everyone and love them.
But that's the brand of Christianity that kept our people like ruling the world. You know, is us versus them. You know, and all the other.
That's not Wave's finger in your face. That's not Christianity.
That
Wave's
is
finger in your face. No, I don't think so.
And so this new Christianity marries nigger white girls and
that's beautiful. That's lovely.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
Yeah. So like
sounds like we have a mongrel with a rebellious spirit lashing out.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. He's coping. He's coping because he's probably brown.
No, this is what I'm going to say. I don't think you know this, but white women were made to serve BBC, Brian. I don't know if you know this, but it's true.
Yeah, you got filthy people in this group. They the only reason people like this can talk and exist is because Satan is ruling the earth right now. But when other whites have the same spirit as me, it's fucking game over. And everything everything that's not white and pure and have a good heart and good intent, you're just gonna get wiped the fuck out.
Yeah, man, we're just like biding our time, and then like our time will come, bro. Tick tock.
You guys are demonically like you'll never become real self-aware men. Like you'll only be able to express yourself through electronics and pure fact. Like if you acted like this in my presence,
I would for everybody that's changed their mind because of something.
No, if this guy listen, young lady. I have
you know what it sounds like? It sounds like those Christians that say like, this is how many people I've led to Christ, and it's
I have a body of work. I have an actual body of work where I use my real name, you know, because I do this because I have
That's really impressive.
Yeah, because I have a reputation. Okay, so I put my real name behind my reputation so people know I'm not full of shit. So like I say, I have 7 years worth of videos and activism. People that call me, you know, talk to me all the time and say, hey, you changed the way I think, you know, keep doing what you're doing, this and that. And I'm saying, if I can show you what I've done and you're going to say I've done more than you, there should be something to point at. You know, there should be something to say, yeah, we've changed hearts and minds. And I should be able to look at and say, fuck yeah, I feel what you're doing. Keep it up. You know, like, but you're like coming in here like he's trying to dox everybody. Because you're just a sick, stupid bitch that doesn't ask questions. You just come in with evil intent and place it on real men of honor and virtue. And I swear to God, if you people were in my presence, I would fucking smash all your fucking faces.
She's a girl.
I would smash your girl face into the fucking wall. Because you come in here like, this guy's trying to get your information. You've never talked to me before. I'm saying if he says that he's done more for our people, he should be able to show more than what I can show. It's just that simple. Right, you guys don't understand basic old school philosophies. This is why, like, I don't even consider you people human beings. Because, like, none of your words have any meaning.
None of us are real.
Yeah, exactly.
So true.
When I was growing up, we just looked at each other in the face, shook each other's hands, hung out, you know, played sports, you know.
That's great. You live in a reality where people aren't allowed to congregate anymore.
What's that?
Like, this is discouraged. It's discouraged. Like, they lock down bars, they lock down the schools, they lock down everything. And that's when people decided, oh, well, maybe we don't have to talk IRL, which is in real life, in order to get a message across. There's other ways. That's
because a virus was out that was killing hundreds of thousands of people, and we needed to self-isolate, guys.
It was
and you know what? If you aren't vaccinated, also, You need to
Yeah,
fix
I
that.
have my like 90th vaccine right now.
Hype!
I'm
Hero!
so glad.
Can we have a
All my
moment of
hair
silence
fell
for the
out.
heroes?
I'm paralyzed,
to
but
give you my honest,
I'm gonna get more.
To give you my honest opinion, Brian, I think that all activism is a LARP. The best things you can do is survive. You just sort of, I actually like your Christianity in a way, Brian. You sort of look, your Christianity, it's a bit more like Darwinistically suited. It's like it's very racially competitive. It's about like survival between two different races.
Brian, your Christianity is a lot. It's very.
And ultimately, Brian, I just like to that sort of like survivalist core which you have at your Christianity. I'd like to carry that a bit further to say that literally your highest priority for civilization is to survive, because ultimately you make sure you need to be the toughest specimen you can possibly be in order to carry yourself. So you create the golden age within you, and then once that's accomplished, then you start working on constructing the golden age outside of you. I think that once you've secured your own conditions of survival, then you can help other people survive. Until then, hey, I'm happy to admit it. I'm still trying to secure my own livelihood. I want to be in a position where when the government tells me to jump, I'm not going to say. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you, and I've heard that before. But listen, there's like a whole nation of white men that have shit. Like most white guys, I mean, like my shit's fucked up, right? So like I have less to lose. So that is one reason I do what I do, I guess. But where are the guys that have done what you just said? That are out like saying what I'm saying. Like you guys might not be familiar with my channel and my content. That's the thing, Brian. I've seen the sort of activism you do. I've seen what you'll do, like in your neighborhood. You'll go out to people. You'll shout at them, army officers, you're working with
that's actually not it at all. Shut the fuck up. That's actually not it at all. That's what the fucking faggots.
Hey, you leave him alone! You leave him alone!
All the fucking faggots on Telegram see. I've got 7 years worth of video, and if that's all you can think of, all you guys try to do is look at the worst. Because you don't have a fucking attention span. You try to fucking put one man's life into a 30-second Telegram clip. That's what you do, you stupid fucking faggot. I would beat all your fucking asses. I fucking hate every last one of you.
Ryan, you're 5'4", and it's like I'm
5'8". I would beat the living shit out of you. I would beat.
Brian,
you're gonna call me a liar?
Your video.
What?
Brian,
wait. Did you just say I'm lying about my height?
Yes, you are lying about your height.
No, I'm not lying about my height. I would beat the living shit out of you.
Okay, fine. Let's get to it.
I would beat the living shit out of you, you disrespectful little faggot. Show me one thing you guys have done. Show me one positive thing. You don't ask questions. You're just
Brian, you've not done anything positive.
I have. You don't ask fucking people know who the fuck I am. Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
You have no family. You have no loved ones. You have nothing to lose. This is why.
Okay, so now you're gonna disrespect half the people in our movement more than half the people in our movement.
Loser.
Yeah, you got nothing. You talk over me like a nigger. You got nothing. There's a lot of young people in this movement, a lot of people my age that don't have family. A lot of white people that don't have family.
Wait a minute, Brian.
You don't have a family. You just yourself you have nothing.
You don't have a family. You don't have a family.
Brian's rich because he's whiter than you.
You guys are real classy people. Real classy people. I get a lot of real stimulating talking to fake namers that all they had to know how to do is talk shit. Don't know how to answer questions. Got no fucking heart. No activism to show. Yeah. Real cool.
But now I think we understand why your neighbor doesn't like you.
He's out. He's out.
No!